You want to know something that doesn't quite sit right with me? The fact that we live in a society where it's normal for you to ask how someone's doing, but no one actually cares how you're doing. So it just kind of begs the question of why do we ask that question in the first place when it's an insincere question to ask, because of the fact that no one truly does actually care. And mental health is quite often neglected and just universally around the planet for some odd reason. And it's not really odd to me because I understand why. And when it comes to mental health, we have to understand the populations that suffer the most from it. And I must say, out of men and women, men are fighting a lot of silent battles when it comes to mental health. Now, mental health is going to affect everybody, right? But the thing about men is because of a lot of societal stigmas, right, that kind of condemn men that express emotion. Men are naturally seen as weaker the more emotion that they express. And this is just a natural thing. A lot of men are afraid to come out and say the fact of the matter that they are struggling mentally, because if you admit that, you're essentially putting a target on your back in some aspect. Now, when it comes to mental health, I need a lot of men to understand the fact that it's not necessarily, something that you should hold resentment towards women for this. And I feel like a lot of dudes who are dating coaches and are giving a lot of dudes game, they're not being honest about the fact that the people who watch them hold a lot of resentment towards women because they feel like their mental health has been affected by the fact that women get away with a lot more things on an emotional level that they can't get away with simply. But one thing you need to understand is this: women go through their own battles when it comes to mental health, because and I'm red pill as hell. So I don't need no people coming in here talking about I'm alpha and you're a beta and you're a simp because you're defending. No, I'm just saying it how it is. So women, I don't know if you guys know this, but I deal with women on an everyday basis. So I know things like this. Women literally go through so much abuse that you wouldn't even understand. For example, by the time they turn like 10, 11, 12, a lot of them have been hollered at by grown men. So when we talk about pedophile culture and we talk about sexual abuse, you guys would never quite comprehend that because you might have not had a woman seriously look at you with sexual intent until you were 17, 18. Women have been having grown men look at them in a sexual manner from the time they was adolescents. So this is a difference. So just picture if you had, a man, if you had a woman, like, because we also have to take into fact, we're stronger than women physically. This is just a fact. So if you had women who could overpower you, that you weren't attracted to, constantly on your back trying to have sexual relations with you, and some of them had those relations with you involuntarily, you're going to see how that could psychologically wear on these women. So you've got these dating coaches out here bringing up the fact of the matter that, yes, a lot of women are damaged goods, but we're not talking about the reason why. Like, the reason why isn't important. It is important because it holds weight. And quite frankly, we all suffer from the same thing. And it's the fact that we have these emotions that aren't necessarily, we can't let out and we can't express ourselves the way we need to because we have this baggage from some bullshit that happened to us in the past. And we have to understand how the way society works as a whole. It exploits people. So society makes money off of exploitation of different groups of people. That's what it is. That's what capitalism is. So when we look at the fact that the prison system is mainly comprised of people with mental illnesses, like I think about 70 to 60 to 80% of the people in prison have some form of mental illness, we start to see that there's a big underlying issue when it comes to exploiting people with mental illnesses. And if you have depression, you have anxiety, I need you to understand, man, that money, materialistic things, those things are just going to be a filler in between your depression, in between. Like I said, all these celebrities are depressed. Most of these celebrities are depressed, regardless of how clean the picture you're looking at on Instagram is, how big their smile is. A lot of these people are going through it because they thought that money was going to hide the fact that they weren't good with themselves. This is why I can't respect people who seem like they'll do anything for a buck, throwing everything else under the bus, because what they're doing essentially is they're putting something materialistic above, their higher needs, their mental psychology. And it doesn't make sense because you're still going to pay for it in the end. You're just delaying the pain you're inevitably going to feel. So I say all this to say this. Why isn't society, I want to pose this question, why isn't society focusing more on mental illness? And my theory, it's not much of a theory, it's a proven fact based off of the statistical data. Society exploits a lot of people with mental illnesses. And a lot of people with mental illnesses end up getting locked up instead of getting rehabilitated. Because let's be honest here, rehabilitation is a lot more costly than neglecting the problem and just, you know what, we're going to lock this person in jail and we're going to have them work for us for, 5 cents on the dollar. It's a lot easier to do that than actually give these people the help they need. And on top of that, you might not profit as much, if profit at all. But if anything has shown us what these people are about, they're all about profits. They need their profits. They love their profits. And it's sad because it really illustrates just the depths of greed that some human beings have. It's atrocious. And time after time, through every point in history, we've let people like this go through scot-free, exploiting people like this. And on a smaller level, I think everyone has gone through their ups and downs. And what we've seen is you can't always confide in someone and, they'll take you seriously. I think with men, and I'm a man, so it's easier for me to speak about this and not come from a woman's perspective. But as a man, you could be going through something, and it's like even your closest friends, you might want to tell them something, but they're not necessarily going to respond in a way that you need at that moment. So like you could really be going through something. You could really be down on your luck. And, a dude might really, one of your friends might really look at you different, like, damn, this dude's pathetic, man. Like, you're telling me this happened? Like, you don't need to hear stuff like that at that moment. You just need some help. And the truth is, a lot of people don't have people around them that are a stable enough support system to give them that help. And it's because society distracts us by focusing our attention on things that truly don't matter. You're putting all your energy into your job. You're putting all your energy into what everyone else is doing. You're putting all your energy into conforming and being like everyone else, that you forget the fact that you have an entire world inside of you. Everything you're feeling, everything you see comes from inside of your own self. That's a fact. That's why when you wake up in the morning and you say, yo, this is going to be a good day, 9 out of 10 times you're going to have a great day because you're already projecting from within, and that projects from outside of you. So when it comes to mental illness, we need to have more respect for each other, and the problem will slowly start to fix itself. The problem is society is literally based off of exploiting other people. We need to make it more based off of reciprocation of respect and dignity. I know the way, the current state of affairs, because I keep it real, I keep it red pill. Respect is earned in society, and it's because you make your money based off of, quite frankly, exploiting other people, finding glitches in the system where you can profit and you can capitalize. So the more we just respect neighbors just on a whim, we just do things out of the kindness of our heart, you're going to slowly see the mental illness problem subside. But on top of that, we have to give real reparations, not some bullshit ass, oh, we conquered your land, so you guys are the only ones who can own casinos. No, some real, hey, we're going to really open up, mental health rehabilitation facilities. We're going to teach you guys your own history. We're going to really give a deep, sincere apology on a national scale so you don't feel like we don't give a shit. But the truth of the matter is they don't. That's why they haven't done that. And I want you guys to know it all starts with respect, and it all starts with dignity, and it all starts with righteousness. And if we do those things, we can, on a wide scale, reduce the amount of mental illness going around, because society is really breeding this shit at a just horrendous rate. And on that note, it's your boy Dipsy. I'm gonna catch y'all later, man. I have my trainer shirt on today because I'm going to work soon. I was gonna record outside, but these people, my neighbors, they just neglect their dogs. So they'll just like let their dog bark and make all this noise because he's trying to get back inside, and I wasn't trying to deal with all that.